Hello, today we're going to be talking about some basic arithmetic with numbers and polynomials. So when we add these two numbers, 112 plus 341, we can set this up vertically and add down carried values whenever necessary. But I want to take it to a different approach. Now, for example, 112 can be written as 100 plus 10 plus 2. Because again, 100 plus 10 would make 110, plus an additional 2 would make 112. And then I'm going to look at the 341. Again, I can write this as 300 plus 40 plus 1. And what we see here is we have hundreds that we can bring together. We've got the tens that we can bring together, and the ones that we can bring together. So we can rewrite this as 100 plus 300 plus 10 plus 40 plus 2 plus 1. And so what happens is we get 400 plus 50 plus 3, which equals 453. Now again, this may seem different to what you're used to, so maybe let's look at it this perspective. We can do 341 plus 112. We add down. This is going to be a 3, this is going to be a 5, and this is going to be a 4. And again, we get the same answer. So we want to do the same thing here. So looking at these two polynomials, we want to add these. So we would get x squared plus 3x squared plus, we have the x plus 4x plus 2 plus 1. And these groups, each one of these groups, we call them like terms. Because they are like terms as in the x squared, they both have an x squared with a coefficient of 3 and 1. These have x's with coefficients 4 and 1. And these are the constants of each one of the polynomials. So combining these, we would get 4x squared plus 5x plus 3. And so the sum of these two polynomials would be 4x squared plus 5x plus 3. Next, let's look at this sum here. We would do, I'm going to set this up like I did over here. This is going to be 500 plus 0, because there's no tens, plus 4, and then plus 300 plus 10 plus 9. Don't want to go too far. Okay, so now I'm going to group them up like I did before. So that's going to be 500 plus 300 plus, here we have 0 plus a 10, because in the tens place there's only a 10 here, and then plus 4 plus 9. Okay, so I'm going to group these up. So this is going to give me 800 plus 10 plus 13. And so when we add these up, we get 823. And so what we see here is the 3 stays in the ones place, and this 1's going to carry over into the tens, because you can visualize this as 10 plus 3. And so we would have 10 plus 10, which gives us the 20, and then the 3, and then plus the 3 would give us the 823. Now again, you may be familiar with this process where we would do, we would do 504 and then 319. We would add down, this would be a 3, carry the 1, that's a 2, and then that's an 8. And so this way you would get the 823 this way. But we get the same answer by doing this long process. Now the reason why I point this out this way is just the connection between the real numbers addition and polynomial addition. So now that we have, we've seen this idea, let's now apply it to this idea. We're going to group them up again. So this is going to be x squared plus 3x squared. And so then this is going to be, there's no added terms. So this is, or there's no x term here. So this is going to be plus 0 plus x. And then plus 9 plus 4. And so now we've grouped these up. And so then these are like terms. So the like terms here, we get a result of 4x squared. The like terms here, we get a plus x, and we get a plus 13 here. And so the sum of these two polynomials would be the 4x squared plus x plus 13. And so that is one way, that is how we add polynomials.